Everyone wants your attention. That's why, they try different sort of stuff. They put like Shah Rukh Khan with the Pepsi, like, okay, yeah, I got your attention, now drink this. That's how your life is trapped in a limited space. Who are you? Why am I able to speak? What is this language that I'm speaking? Why are you able to understand this language? How all of this is working? Like, what is the existence of Gali in the first place? What is Gali? I don't like negative things. It was like a down time for Bharat. If I torture you for certain time, if I kidnap you and torture you, okay, you have seen Game of Thrones, no? In that guy, and that is the same strategy. Basically, they use phone girls to make them like prostitutes. So same thing happened with Bharat. So Bharat people is like, wow, this country will be like this only. Nothing will happen here. If you really read the history of India, you will realize that it was a very, very dark time. How many like women were raped, how many Indian women were sold in like Baghdad. And there were so many traumatic memory associated with that identity that we decided that we will not use it. What is memory? You truly seek these answers, no? What is AI? You tell me. What is intelligence? In a human being, where is intelligence? Like Einstein was 200 IQ, this guy is 150 IQ. So in that sense, you can say that Ram is like infinite IQ. I don't care you are interested in spirituality and all of that is nonsense. If you are interested in finding the truth, that is the only thing.
हेलो गाइस, ये आईआईटी बाबा अभय सिंह जी का वायरल होने से पहले का वीडियो। इस वीडियो के अंदर उन्होंने बहुत सारे बात किए थे, तो चलो सब लोग मिलकर देखते हैं उन्होंने क्या क्या उस टाइम बोला था।
Namaskaram, Jai Sri Ram. So today, this video, this live specifically is for and I know it's kind of useless to talk about these things, but still I think somebody does get influenced. So most of the people, I think they see Ram as like spiritual figure or like some king who can adarsh, ideal person and all of that like that. So if you really look at it, like if you divide the human existence or the consciousness, so it exists as a soul, then on intellectual level, then on mental level, and then on physical level. So the real existence of Ram happens on the soul level, but people only see the physical part and what he did physically. They don't really go into, some people who are more intellectual, they go into the mental part, and some people who are more like mathematics types, they go into the intellectual part, but very few. Other people just see like, the physical of how he did like build Ram Setu and why this stone floated and how can he fly, how can Hanuman fly and all of that. But if you really understand your human body or how you are made up, you can actually master all of these things. But this is not about that. This is generally about like everyone, like all of you are living in a sort of like a, what you call, bubble. And that is true for everyone. And that is very evident if someone just kind of like sit back and just look at the world. Like a designer is like, I'm a designer. Now that person has formed an identity, like, what if I remove the designer part? What will you be? Nothing. Or somebody, like, people become something. When people become something, they get attached. That is what like Buddha taught, like non-attachment, no? If you get non-attached, then you can go back to your soul. If you get attached, finally, it's like the easiest way to look at it is like your attention is your currency. What you call Hindi like dhyan. Okay, तुम्हारा ध्यान किस चीज पे है? Like, if I leave you on a crowded street, what will you look at? You will look at a very beautiful girl, you will look at the food stall, or you will look at some like car going around. So that thing is capturing your attention. So, and kind of like it is taking your life away, right? People look at it like you are giving away time, but they are not really giving away time. Like time comes after. First, you are giving away your consciousness or attention. So that's how the struggle of everything in this world is created in that sense only. Like everyone wants your attention. That's why, they try different sort of stuff. They put like Shah Rukh Khan with the Pepsi, like, okay, yeah, I got your attention, now drink this. So like they are scams because your mind is wired to look for certain thing. And most of the people are wired in this fashion. It's like in your home, the thing you will identify with, you will constantly check. Like your attention to your apps. Like WhatsApp, you will keep checking, Oh, is there anything there? Is your Instagram, something happened, or here something happened. So your attention is there. Okay. So that's how your life is trapped in a limited space. Because you are not looking at everything. You are just looking at something. Or you are looking at only at a point of view. And if this process of looking at a limited point of view to going like back and looking at everything, that is the people call it spiritual, but this is not real spiritual. I mean, this is the truth of life. So who are you? Why am I able to speak? What is this language that I am speaking? Why are you able to understand this language? How all of this is working, right? Why some words can feel like a slang for someone, but other people might feel just like a time pass thing. Why? Like, what is the existence of gali in the first place? What is gali? Tu ladki hai. Why this is a gali? So basically, it is a gali because the identity or that word, that concept is associated with something negative. Also, when your image, people associate with that thing, you're like, no, don't associate me with this. This is negative. I don't like negative things. So on overall level, basically what we are saying is, like in Indian level, this game on consciousness level, it was like a down time for Bharat. And this will happen because as you show now, Kal Chakra, so it will keep moving around. So this is the lowest time in the consciousness. But then the lowest time in the consciousness will feel like the lowest times in the intellectual or buddhi, basically. When the thinking power will be less. So that's why most of the Indian people they just keep doing stuff, but they don't think. While people like, this scientists of like the Western scientists, they keep doing like 10 dimension, 11 dimension, they keep thinking because they are more in the intellectual space. So they keep devising new things like real number, imaginary number, this number, that number. Every time, quantum, this. So many new things like they keep doing. So that is the intellectual part. They keep thinking and creating new stuff. Then mental part, like India, Bharat was severely affected because of like, it's like if I torture you for certain time, if I kidnap you and torture you, okay, you have seen Game of Thrones, no? In that guy tortures that guy, no? He kidnaps them and then he cut his like penis and everything. Then that guy goes in trauma. So even the sister like saves him, but still that guy was not able to feel his own strength. You understand? So that is how you break people. And that is the same strategy basically they use for girls to make them like prostitutes. So basically you use them, first you break them. You like, you put them drugs on them, then you have like forcibly have sex. So finally, so that the girl breaks. So then she accepts the life and not try to, get freedom or not try to think that something else can happen in her life. So same thing happened with Bharat. So Bharat people is like, wow, this country will be like this only. Nothing will happen here. And this has been abandoned like 1,000 years of kidnapping, you can say, like 1,000 years of kidnapping and torture. So everyone who like conquer you, they think you are slave, right? And because you are different, so they will treat you as inferior. And so one is tortures and tortures and tortures. if you really read the history of India, you will realize that it was a very, very dark time. But because the history is not written properly, so nobody really, knows the fact. How many like women were raped, how many Indian women were sold in like Baghdad, because that was their tradition. They think like when they attack someone and they defeat that country, then their women will be their slaves. So they took them and they sold them in slave market and something like that. So all of these things, first of all, like Indian people should read these things. So we will go through this entire healing journey, So first you read about it, so then it will be very traumatic. You'll be like, oh my God, this thing happened with me in my house. But slowly we will accept it. So acceptance phase will come. Then when acceptance will come, then we will start to grow out. Okay, this has happened, it's all right, but we still have everything here and we can still build it again. It's not like, it's gone. We can still build it again. So on consciousness level, it's like the very defeated consciousness is kind of coming back now. And that is the signs of like Modi becoming PM or Ram temple being there. These are all signs for that. Now you see like people are starting to like put like Jai Shri Ram in a loud tone. Earlier if I asked some like, educated person to say anything like Bharat Mata Ki Jai, they will hesitate a lot or put like tilak or anything. So they will be like, no, we should not do that. While other people do it openly. So we appreciate their showing of identity, but we are not sure about our own identity because it was like completely brutalized. And there were so many traumatic memory associated with that identity that we decided that we will not use it. Although it is still there, it cannot go away. You still go to temple and you pray and all of this, but you don't do it like properly with your full devotion. You just do it like on surface. So this is the sign kind of like what you call like the times are kind of changing now. And it starts with like this only. So something, what you need to infuse a country is the positive energy. Once you infuse the positive energy, then this is the good attempt. Then people will automatically start feeling good about their intellectual level. They start thinking better. They will start like having a better mental health, and they will start having a better physical health because it's soul related. It's like inside there is something like a soul in you which kind of manifests into intellectual level. Now intellectual level is like basically I have 2 rupees, you have 100 rupees. So in intellectual level it doesn't matter so much. It's just like, okay, I have 2, you have 100. So if I want 100, I have to work hard or I have to work for it. Maybe I will make 3, 4, 5 like that. But then when it becomes mental level, then it becomes an identity. So it's like, oh, I have only 2, you have 100. Oh my God, you are 50 times better than me. Then your identity like that. You want, I see eye to eye. They have nothing to hesitate about. So that is how that consciousness is establishing in the physical. Because slowly, let's say you are looking up, but then I am powerful. So I am like, oh, how do we heal? How do you heal all of these things? So first step is acceptance. So you basically as a nation or as a collective consciousness, you can say, we have to first, they call it fiction. Why do you call it mythology? It's like something in between reality and fiction. We don't know, but it is there and not there. It's just like whatever the white people didn't understood, they're like, okay, all of this is mythology. Put it in one corner. Because we don't understand it. Whatever they understood in it, then they stole. Basically all this algebra and everything, which from India it went to like the Muslim nations, like these Middle East countries, and from there it went to the Europe. So, like how they tell this, see, they stole. They're like, oh, this is a good stuff, huh? Geometry, very nice. This thing we like, but everything else is mythology. So all of this you have to first go through it and accept it. And this is actually a very big moment. If people who actually can see, they will able to realize time changer thing. And nothing is going to be same anywhere now. It's going to complete. Okay, I'll stop now. So the basic sense is our consciousness has, or the consciousness of truth basically. Truth means like answering the question of what is life, answering the question of what you are in the most objective manner. I don't care if science does it. Even science, if science does it, then it is good. But they don't do it basically. They just loop around, blah, 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 like that. Okay. So the consciousness which truly seek this answer of what is this life, why am I born, what am I, what is this, why is this bird flying, why is this river flowing, everything, anything, what is this universe. Okay, that search for that answer and that consciousness which searches for it, that is the true consciousness. But right now, like, people are busy in gratifications, so they are not really searching. But slowly now it is rising, and this is a good indication that the Ram temple is a very good indication that it is going to rise soon now. Because Ram epitomized that. He could have enjoyed things like, like a king, but he left everything, went to, like, the stories like that. So finally, all of you also, if you really want to understand, if you really have these questions in your mind, like, what is memory? Why I don't remember some things? Why I remember some things like this way? Why is this, which direction the world is going? What is even AI? Like, you to really seek these answers, no? What is AI? You tell me, what is intelligence? In a human being, where is intelligence? Is pattern making intelligence? Like, I collect a sort of data and get a pattern out of it. Is that intelligence? Because according to AI and science, that is intelligence. But is that really intelligence? So start asking these questions, no? And read whatever you read. You read science books, you read mythology books, you read anything. You read. Anywhere you will reach there only, because finally the truth will be there. And slowly, I think a lot of more structured initiative I will also plan in the future. Like right now I'm more like a preparation phase to get all the, mental blocks in the right place, to get the entire picture. So from the soul to intellect to mental to the physical level, and how everything is connected, how all of this mythology, how this Jupiter, Saturn and Sun is moving and how it is affecting. So basically it's a lot of dots to put together, and if you really put them together, you will get the full picture. Like how the planets affect us, that is astrology. But people have told this like, Jyotish Shastra, and you read, your future will tell. Obviously you will get affected. If sun comes up, your energy of the entire earth raises, That's why the plant will absorb the energy. So the moving of sun and moon and everything obviously does affect the energy of the place. But because the science is lost, that knowledge is lost. So now people are just some ruins of basically astrology, ruins of Vedas, ruins of all of these things, and people are just carrying it, but they don't know what they are carrying. They're like, okay, this is a very important book. People have told this has all the knowledge, but I don't understand it. So slowly we will decipher all of this and we will connect it. And connect it in a manner, it will connect to everything. Like it will connect to this artificial intelligence. Like where is intelligence? How come sun always powers half the earth at any point of time? Basically it's like, so if you really look at it, it's like every life on earth is sun powered. Everything. Like where do you get your energy? Right? So you get your energy by eating, you can say, let's say oil. Like how do you get energy in a car? You put oil and you put fire in it. So it burns. When it burns, the car moves. Right? So same, you put something inside you and the fire in your stomach burns it and it produces energy. But where does the energy inside this thing comes from, or where the energy of the earth comes from, which we call food? It can be an animal, it can be a plant, anything. So source of everything is sun. Finally, sun energy is getting converted into different forms. Like the plant take it and they do it certain things. Then the animal eat the plant, then they do convert into another thing. So if you really, just keep looking at the chain and you keep going, you will realize that everything is centered around sun in sort of like energy of the solar system. So we are all solar powered basically. There's nothing which is not solar powered. It's just like some things we can directly see, some things which takes a lot of chain system in it. Okay, so first, like you say, life form which is come from the plant, which is algae, right? So algae happened because of sun. And then when plant developed, the algae developed into a more evolved, and then formed a tree. And then the other life form, they took a different branch, and then they went to like fish and like all of that amphibians and mammals and all of that. But that life form is dependent on the plant. So it's like we are kind of machines which learned how to harness the energy of the sun. And the better we harness it, the better our evolution will be. And that's how we are like this. So all of people talk about why eat veg or why eat not non-veg. All of that is not based on like too much like morality or anything, because it has no relation. It is based on because people studies this human body and they are like, okay, if you want to have a higher consciousness, then we should have food which is light, so that it can burn faster. It's like in your car, you put a fuel which is take more power to burn, but it's something which is lighter. So lighter fuel requires less power to burn. Or like a big log of wood, will you take and start burning it, or will you burn like small sticks of wood? So small sticks of wood will be burned very easily. So in our system, if we eat like veg food or very light food, it will be burned very easily, and the energy basically it won't take a toll on the system. Otherwise, even producing the energy also takes energy, no? So you will spend your time or energy more on the other stuff. It's like the chakra system, right? So basically, if you eat food, your entire attention of your body will go to your stomach. They will like assume your body like a machine, no? So your body like has a particular attention. So everyone attention will divert towards the stomach. Okay, we have got job to do. So much food has come. Let's start digesting it. Let's see how we can digest this cheese, how we can digest this pizza and all of that. So our cells will be busy in that. So that energy which can be utilized in thinking and raising the consciousness up is going down now. So that's the same thing. So all of these are like, if you really study, this is like based on science. Now what we call science is what people have defined, like the Western people have defined it, but there is no, science is basically logical thinking, nothing else, right? So it's not like logical thinking was discovered by them. So I suggest like all of you, yeah, that's why you feel sleepy, because the energy goes down if you eat light food. And that's why yogi, they eat very light food like fruits and all of this, because the fruits digest like in 3-4 hours. Like even the sports person, no, they eat bananas. Why? Because banana digests very fast and in 2-3 hours it will give you complete energy. So that's the fundamental, that you don't spend too much of your energy on digesting the food itself, but because of our taste buds, because something tastes better, or because of our conditioning in eating it. Like you are eating something from childhood. So North Indians, they cannot live without wheat or roti, because they are conditioned to eating roti. So it's like their system has been designed, their sensors are designed that unless the roti atta goes inside, the sensor of that you are full won't turn on. So the connection is kind of like, so this entire automatic system that's built up because of the conditioning from the childhood. Some people in the south, they cannot live without eating rice. Same thing for them. So it's like any human body can be conditioned in that sense. So one is conditioning and other is like the taste. Like sometimes we want the taste of it. So we eat it, but then our body has to digest it. So if you don't eat for the taste or the senses and you eat for the welfare of your body, then it is more like yogi life. Otherwise you are living more like a bhogi life, which is like you are enjoying the gratifications. Okay, oh, this tastes so nice, oh, this new candy has come, or this new food has come, or this new masala has come, and like this, like let me taste this, let me taste this, let me taste this. It's like you are given 5 sensors. 5 different kind of sensors are put in your body, and these sensors can detect new things. So most people, they are constantly looking for what else can I detect? Can I detect this? Oh my god, this is a new thing I detected. Can I detect this? Oh, this is a new thing I detected. So same thing with eyes. Any new form you look. So today, let's say Deepika Padukone image is very popular. So, but after some time she won't be so popular. 5 years, some new girl will come. So that eyes, the gratification of the eyes we are getting from it. So you're like, okay, very good, very good. Similarly, you get gratification when you watch sunset or something, anything which is visual. So these 5 senses are like that. Constantly we are seeking gratifications. But the point is not like gratification is wrong. It's fine because the system is built like that. But what is how much gratification, how long can you go on? Because there is no limit. So if you want to reach infinity, how can you reach? How can you taste everything in this world? Or how can you see all the forms? So if that question comes to your mind, then it means you are going in the inward. And that is the right way to go, because you go outward and say, okay, I will go and taste all the food of this world. Everything I will eat, all the cuisines. I will go eat Thai cuisines, I will go eat this cuisine, that cuisine. But it won't end, no? So like that, if you say like I will smell every flower, or every smell I will smell. So the direction of the world is in that direction. So we are getting more and more okay, like TikTok and all of this is like gratification only, visual and sound gratification. So it's like, okay, like look at this. This is done. 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 Earlier, like one song could gratify us. One song we can keep listening on loops. Now we listen to one song for like 1 minute and then another song. So that gratification cycle is getting faster and faster. Right? It's like once we eat something, but just immediately, maybe 5-10 minutes or 1 hour after, we start feeling like I should eat more. Same like that. It's like once let's say you are smoking, and after you smoked, that gratification got satisfied. You're like, how does it feel? Very nice. But after like 15-20 minutes, you're like, oh, I need to smoke again. So that's the same funda. Like you have a desire or a poke inside you. They're like, go and do this. And when you do this, you feel nice. You did this. But then again, you have to do it again. Then again, you have to do it again. So the person who realizes that it's a never-ending cycle, that it's never going to end. So people like Buddha, they realize, they're like, okay, this is not going to end. Like how much I can gratify, how many women I want, how many food I can have, this can never gratify me. So then they start going in a different direction to find the answer. So the point is not like to, you go spiritual and you become Baba and all of this. The point is to ask this question. To actually logically see and ask this question like, okay, where does this go? Like, well, that's why I'm saying, you go and read like what is artificial intelligence really do. It takes so much data and then it creates a pattern out of it. And then pattern, because our language is the first pattern we have. Our language is a code. Right? There is a certain way we speak. Subject, verb, object. Right? Or in Hindi, like there are different syntax. So the language itself is a code. So the computer, because of the computation capability, it can figure out the pattern very easily. And then it has a answer to it. Because every pattern is like a lock and key system. So there is a lock, it figures out how the lock works. so I can design a key for it. The similar it is working. So if you where is the final intelligence in it coming from? Where is the intelligence in atom comes from? Like atoms is like a nucleus, and then an electron keeps rotating around it, right? That's how they describe the atom. Like, where is the intelligence in that? If everything is composed of atoms, now where is the intelligence in the atom? Like atom, they form molecule, and then the molecule form like the cells and everything, right? That's the same thing happens in the computer, because computers are built on electrical systems. So same atoms are there, electrons are there, they're flowing there. So start like going deeper, and this is the time, because now the time is shifting. Now automatically you will feel around you also like people will start asking these questions more, and slowly the direction is that, because we had gone like to very depth of the consciousness, and now we are going up again. So again, after not near future, but after a long time, there will be a time in which my words won't feel alien to people like so much. They will be a very general thing, just like a phone is a very given thing these days. So people will be like, yeah, this is so true. This kind of thinking is like given. It will be like taught in schools or something like that. So this is all of that, like I'll create like detailed videos explaining each and every step, like how it is related, and why like science, what we call science, the outward direction can never solve it. Only the inward direction can solve it. And there's so many people have said it, but it doesn't make sense to our rational people. So I am trying to link everything. So I have to digest a lot. I'm reading like all this quantum computing and how the computer work, how a mechanical system like a clock works, and what is the unit for it, how energy works, what we call energy, so that you can link it to the spiritual realm and then explain it. Because we have to build a bridge so that these people can come back. Like some of the, you can say, the Western culture, they have hypnotized our minds. Like is that story, that flute guy, they hypnotize the children and takes them like with them. So we have to bring that back, but for coming that back, we have to start where they are right now. So if they are at the place of the technology, so you start with there, and then you bring them back and link it to the truth, basically. And finally, all of this, like what is reincarnation? Why does like we get born? Is it true like we don't die? All of these answers, but all of these answers explained in a manner in which is more seems like a intellectual level explanation, and relating it to the general concepts. But for today is like a great occasion, because Ram, when people will really realize who Ram is, they will be like, oh my god, such kind of person can exist. Because it's like a guy who knows everything, but still kind of like in a very simple example, it's like that person who understands everything in the game. Let's say you are given cricket, you are playing cricket. So that guy can play any shot or any ball, but he still chooses to play it in a certain way. But why does he play it in a certain way? Because the time, so that the people can get more from him. So it's like the top of the consciousness, in which the person is conscious of everything in this world, everything. And that level of consciousness a person like manifests, and then he lives his life. Like that was Ram. So right now people define, like people don't talk about consciousness, but they define like IQ level, right? Like Einstein was 200 IQ, this guy is 150 IQ. So in that sense you can say that Ram is like infinite IQ. Someone like infinite IQ, but still that person is very humble, and still the person lives like this. That is Ram. But to understand the infinite IQ, you have to go to infinity. Otherwise, you can never understand it fully. It's like explaining beauty of mathematics to someone like in a 5th class student. But if a mathematician in MIT will find it so beautiful, right? Oh my God, there is so much pattern in the numbers. I look at geometry and all of that. It will be romantic to him. But same thing cannot be appealing to a different guy. So you to realize something, you have to put more attention to it. You have to go deeper. So to realize like the level of the consciousness of Ram, you have to actually start thinking in the same manner, and then you will realize, oh my god, this guy, I am not even 1%. This guy is somewhere else only. But this time has started, and it's a very good time, very good day. I like all of you guys, and especially because of the like mental health problems happening, at least start questioning about like why your mind is not listening to you. Why are you not able to sleep? What is sleep basically? What happens when you sleep? All of these basic questions. And like my community, I think most of the people will be quite like, wealthy. They can afford some time to think about these things, right? They can afford some time to think like, okay, if I am teaching physics, or if I am doing this thing, or if I am having a fight with someone, like what is happening? Why is it happening? Basically, when you sleep, you appears and you are gone back to your mental body. So dreaming is basically your mental currents autopiloting. So when you think, you are putting them on a leash. Okay, so when you are in the entire day, when you are thinking, let's say, if I ask you, okay, try to think, what do you really do? What do you do? So first you put your attention, you bring your attention to this part of your body, okay? Because this is where your brain is. And then you know how to direct the current inside. And that current itself is thinking. Now Elon Musk is developing this neural link and everything, because every thought has a current pathway. And if you can decode and link it, because the computation capability is very good now, so you can decode and link into the concepts. Okay, this pathway means like I am saying this. This pathway means I am saying this. So then you can put a chip also to detect the current, and then you can directly like talk to someone like that. But if these things, you don't need chip. If you really develop your senses and yourself, then you can just do telepathy and you can directly talk to anyone in the world. But that technology is like lost now. So slowly we are using machines first. Slowly we will go up. But start asking these questions, like in your dream, what happens? What is dreaming? When you are thinking, right now if I think, okay, this happened like this, then I am kind of like putting like a electric current circuit, just like a computer electric current circuit happens. Similar thing happens inside me here. Okay? But if that things happen like an autopilot, that is dreaming. So once you sleep, it's like the current are automatically going around here and there. And now what drives them, that is like your desire and everything, that is like deeper concept. But please go through this and slowly, like now I am taken the responsibility, now I am fully dedicated to this. I will solve all of that. Everything basically. So starting from the economy and how a country is established, how the structure of the country physically, how the mental structure of how education happens, how when you teach someone how a language is taught, and how the brain kind of take the concepts and like neuroplasticity and all of this, how this is work. So the entire system, so how can we establish a much better system going forward so that a country can go towards more higher consciousness. All of you also, I wish you think about these things, and this is where the reincarnation happens. Say if you don't think about these things also, it's all right, because in you this stage of your life was meant because you want to enjoy a certain way of life. That's like the reincarnation theory. Like you happen to be born in this place because you wanted to feel like what it feels like to be like an actress, or like what it feels like to be born without one leg. So you're like, okay, let me try. So you wanted to have that experience, and that's why you are born in this body in this manner. So it's more like you are fulfilling your karma or desires, but faster you fulfill it, that better it is. But everyone has their own, what you say, destiny in a way. So you also fulfill yours, I will fulfill mine. And for my destiny, now this is clear that to absorb everything in the consciousness, every country's history, okay, every part of science, whether it is physics, the people have divided into physics, chemistry, biology, all of this. But finally it's atom, right? What is physics? What is a physics means like how does a block of stone moves? People call that physics. But that block of stone is also atom. So why is there is no one theory governing everything? Why is there like chemistry is something else and biology is something else and physics is something else? Why? Because it's a stupid way of looking at it. It's only something, one thing, and then it is manifesting in a different way. So what is the overall principle which governs everything? And then linking everything and then designing a system so that people can enjoy, but still the consciousness keeps going upward now. So the education system is designed like that, the health system, the eating, what we eat. So all of this was designed before. That's why we have like the Vastu Shastra. That's why we have like how do we eat, we should sit like this and we should, all of this your parents told you. But that is like the ruins of the knowledge. It's like something remained, something went away, something we remember, something we don't remember. It's like that. So but we have to bring it back and join everything together, because it's not like we are joining that together. We are kind of rediscovering truth again, because it's the truth of our life, how the solar system affects the human body and how the energetic like chakras works and how food we should eat, how does it affect, how does we think. All of this is the truth of the human body, truth of our life. So all the best to all of you, and if you want to right now, slowly I will build like not a team but like a slowly something like an organization or something like that, more like people who are interested in change and really interested in these things. I don't care you are interested in spirituality and all of that is nonsense. If you are interested in finding the truth, that is the only thing. Just interested in finding the truth, I don't care. That kind of person is what I need. But slowly I think it will happen now, and systematically we will see, because this human world is not infinite, it's a finite world. Okay, the number of people in this world are finite. So if one truly has the consciousness, one can observe everyone and one can design a system. Like I can observe everyone in the village and we can say this village has this kind of tendency, so maybe we should build roads like that and like that, because every system is kind of unique. It's like every human is unique, and that subjective designing of the system is what we need instead of the objective design of the system, like trying to fit everyone into one box, which is the West is doing. So but that is not going to work, because then people will just be robots. Send you requesting your live video. View request. ये क्या होता है भाई? चलो, you will also leave now, and anyone drop me a message if you are interested in any of these questions. I am not claiming that I know everything, but everything in some sense, what is the truth I know, but the variation of the truth which you want to know, I might not know, because of I need to learn some concept. This is like learning a new language, right? So if somebody starts in Korean, I cannot speak Korean, but I can learn Korean also if that is the need. So this time I'm putting that effort to learning the language of the people of this time. You can say I'm learning this world construct, as you say, samsara. How are the people of this time are constructed, how they think, what are the languages, where are they stuck, where is the consciousness stuck, why is not moving up, and what can we do so that we can help them move up. So Jai Shri Ram. Namaskaram.
थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग। वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो कमेंट करके जरूर बताइएगा।